Okay. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been here. Hello, everyone. We have the camera on today. We got a lot of stuff to go over. All right, there's a little bit of a frosty fizzle down here. Oh my goodness. Like I'm choking you. And Lucky's here with me. Lucky, tell them hello. Gotta tell them hello? No? Okay. Just here? Is that YouTube? Is that YouTube? We're going over the new content that was on. It was announced on Tuesday. I don't know. I'll check again here in a second and see if they put up the balance notes, things like that. We have a lot to go over today. We're gonna start by going into the game, and then I feel like I'm already forgetting something. We'll go into the game. I'll talk about what's in game, and then we'll come back here in the intro office. No idea what you're doing. And we will go over all the announcement. I have it mostly in chronological order. There's some of it not. And from there, we will we'll talk a little bit. Does that sound good? That sounds good. The other thing, don't forget to hit like. Subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know the content is there. Guys, I know. I'm failing you. I'm failing myself. But I'm just at that. I have the COVID, like, I'm not sick with the COVID, but what's it called? The COVID haze? Where you got the, like, cabin fever. Like, I went to the dentist, and I had more of a conversation with the dentist than I've had with so many other people. I mean, like, people on the internet, sure. But I mean, like, actual human interaction. You know, when the dentist is your high mark for that for the year. That's where I'm at. It's just a slump. It's there. I got my first shot for the vaccine. I'm going to get my second one in the middle of May. And then by the end of May, I will be vaccinated and be back out in the world doing things and all that kind of stuff. So, Lucky is done. Thank you, Lucky. All right, let's get into the game. Let's stop messing around. That right? That is right. First thing I want to talk about, I've got a good chunk of achievement points, but what's going on with that? Super Adventure Box. I did finish the Crimson set. I'm gonna jump on my warrior really quick. I don't have dailies or anything to do. I got that all done, so we don't have to worry about that. So let me jump on my warrior. I'll talk about Super Adventure Box really quick. I think we did our last live shows the Thursday after it came out, something like that. Went over that a little bit. It was a little sloppy, but you know, these live streams are always scuffed. But anyways, these are the weapons I acquired this year, and I have more than 2 stacks of furniture coins I need to turn in. But I still ended up with 574 Bobble Bubbles, which is a good amount of Bobble Bubbles, and I'll gain like 30-something throughout the year. So it was 109 Bobble Bubbles I was spending a week for 4 weeks. Started at like 800 Bobble Bubbles, I think. So we did lose some. I got all the weapons set that was introduced. I finished the Crimson set, got my 3rd Bobble Infusion, and that was it. We're done with it. All that kind of stuff. Can I just say how good my beard is looking? Can I just say that? Looking fine. Cut 3.5 inches off of it. But anyways, sorry, I looked over. But there it is. Super Adventure Box stuff. I don't think I got the annual achievement and the ooze achievement done. I don't think I went after anything else or felt like going after anything. But I did every single daily and ended up with the perfect amount of Crimson Assassin tokens to finish the thing out. So I don't know what you do with extra ones. So I will be curious to see what they will do about that, because the daily always gives you a Crimson Assassin token. So all that's left for me, I think, is 7 Kaiser weapons, and I will have all the skins in Super Adventure Box until next year, where they introduce World 3 and a whole new weapon set, and it's really hard, and you'll have to do Tribulation Mode, and it'll be a nightmare, and then we'll see what happens with that. But there that is. The next thing I want to talk about is not going to be on this character, but we're going to talk about gym store stuff. We have to talk about it because they're giving us free things. On the gym store, there are 2, not 1, 2 free Black Lion keys on the gym store right now. You log into the game. I don't know how long that's going to last. I can't remember where that was said right at the moment. But log in, grab 2 free Black Lion keys. Best part is, if you have multiple accounts, they're giftable. So, if you have multiple characters or multiple accounts, you can gift these Black Lion keys to whatever account. The other thing about it, right here, is that you'll have to do it twice. And when you buy the first one, you'll get a Mel. You have to do it again. So you have to gift it twice. I was a little confused. I thought maybe something was broken, and I realized it's not a 2-key package. Just 2 single keys for free. And then there's all sorts of stuff. There's a new torch skin here. Look at that. Look at that. I can't make it much bigger, but there's the new shuriken back piece and glider, which is really cool. I won't be getting them. I have too much stuff in this game and not enough gems. Talking about gems, I have a lot of free gems to give away, and I'm trying to figure out how to do a certain giveaway, and I don't know if that's going to do it. If not, I'm just going to start giving them away places. Twitter, Discord, here on YouTube, on Twitch. Just I have a backlog. It's pretty bad. There's like over 10,000 gems giveaway. It's a lot. There are 400 gym codes, lots of them. So I don't know. I'll come up with something. Usually we had a giveaway every month or so, and it just, wasn't there. So, but anyhow, that's the stuff. I don't know if there's anything else. The Dark Monarch Sky Scale skin is there. 2,000 gems. It's not even on discount. This is all old stuff, I think. 30% off the molten stuff. Fair. Glacial stuff. That's actually a pretty good deal. 2,100 gems, not 3,000. No, that's not too bad for permanent tools. I'm trying to think. They also had the Frostfire package. You haven't seen that. Glider with it. The color that I have on this character may not be doing it justice, but you haven't seen that. You can buy them individually. You don't have to buy the package if you don't want the extra stuff, but it is not 20% off. So, I don't know. It's up to you. Again, I'm not buying the stuff, so if you're not buying the stuff, I'm not going to be offended. Goodness. Police outside. Fashion police. True assassins. Cantha is coming, people. Cantha is coming. Look, good stuff. Love it. Anyways, get out of here. Keys. Ooh, that reminds me. See, these are from my other account. So, we are going to do a Black Lion key opening day. Give me a second here. Do not have anything on this screen. There we go. That's the screen I wanted. You guys can't know. Oh, wait, it doesn't tell you where they came from. Tell you, never mind. A fool. There you go. Look, free keys from my other 2 accounts. That is 6 free Black Lion keys from ArenaNet. ArenaNet, thank you. I don't know how many Black Lion chests I have. I have 20, so that's good. Some other things to talk about. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about that we've missed for some time here or anything like that. Yeah. 6 Black Lion keys, 6 Black Lion chests, that kind of thing. We will open that. If you're wondering why I'm keeping these, is because I'm helping with knowledge. Once I get to 100 of them, I'll be opening them up. Throw my stuff into the pile. Something like that. Also, Super Adventure Box, the other thing I didn't talk about, I ended up making through glitched weapons and the super weapons, I ended up making like 140 gold. It was a good time. Some people made like 1,000 gold. It's a very profitable event when you have everything done. So, this is the new meta over here. From Breck Harrow Flight. Harrow Flight? Why is it so hard to say? But, come over here to Breck, and you talk to him, you join a public instance. It's a really easy meta. It happens every 2 hours, odd server time. So right now it's 11 p.m. server time. So every odd hour, it opens up publicly. You can go in there, you can do the achievements. I'm not going to show those achievements. I'm just going to show you where those achievements are. So there's a general tab, and there's a Dragon Storm. I'm not going to click it because there's a bunch of spoilery stuff. I'm not going to try to spoil the story here. But there's Dragon Storm. If you've seen the trailer, you have an idea about what's going on. That's where those achievements are. And then there are, so in the story journal, Champions, which none of this is really spoiler, it's mostly DRM stuff. There is a new meta and the old meta, which they adjusted. I don't know why both are there, but one has a Dragon Eye Infusion box, which I don't have done, so I can't show you. And the other one has the stretch emote. I earned the stretch emote through the code-in. So over here, right now, you have these guys for, I think, another week. I don't know what's going to happen after that. Shivering Ice will open up the reward track for World vs. World and PvP. If you don't have the Shiver emote, you can do it that way, get it done, and then you can go do that other achievement to get Shiver Plus. I'm forgetting the name of it suddenly, but it's worth 10 achievement points, gets you Frost Breath, I guess, instead of just Shivering. So, there it is. There's also some new decorations and stuff, and then you need to open 10 code and supply boxes for an achievement. Same thing with the support marks and that kind of stuff. So this time around, not really weapons and things, but more some unusual stuff. When you come in to the story, you will unlock the last mastery, I believe, if you have all the other masteries done. No, it doesn't matter, because it just unlocks. You'll have to earn the other ones to earn the last one. And the last one, if you earn it, this discount vendor... I'm trying to think here. Again, I'm trying not to spoil anything. No, there isn't anything in here. You can buy prismaticite crystals. I don't know what the name is, so... You can get 15 of those. There's a crystal prism token for decoration. There was also some volcanic boxes. So I got 4 of those weapon skins now done. But I think you can get 3. I don't know how often this guy's going to reset, maybe weekly. But I want to see. It was like 100 of the defense seals and 1 gold for those volcanic weapon collection. Don't know what I'm talking about. Let me just look it up. So that was in there, but I had to finish the mastery to get that done. Thanks to my guildies making me realize that. But these things are getting really cheap because of that. So these volcanic stormcaller weapons, that's what the word I was missing was stormcaller. They were like 70 gold before I started buying mine. So, yeah, been cheaper. These, when you salvage them too, give you otter spirit things that you can use for your otter achievement, which I don't have done either. Stormag Rising. Significant otter. I'm only 25 short there now because I did want to get the collection done, so I started salvaging them and things like that. Which are giving you an ascended is that an amulet? Yeah, an amulet with the otter's blessing enrichment. 20 magic find. That's when you see that otter swim out of people. That's what it is. If you're curious about that, but you can get those memories of otter from the volcanic weapons. So if you want to do the collection and finish this, salvage them out. But the weapons themselves actually look really freaking cool. They remind me of Horizon Zero Dawn a little bit. If you ever did the DLC, the Ice DLC there, the volcano had lightning coming out of it and things like that. But this one, specifically, this weapon right here is really, really going at it. But this is what they look like. Yes, it does trail for smoke. But all of them do that. They're pretty cool weapons. And then, of course, there's other weapons to grab. This guy is here. He has all the old Scrit stuff. That kind of thing. I'm trying to think what else was here. By the way, if you finish this latest episode, everyone here will disappear. They're only there for the earlier chapters and things like that as you build them up. So if you're missing them, don't think that's a bug. It just makes sense. If you finish it, you'll understand why. So that's there. I think that's it. The meta, I find fun. The achievements, not so much. But the meta itself, once a day you can get pretty good reward. At least 2 gold, 2,000 karma, and a chance at some other things. I think it's well worth it to do at least once a day. Log in, get it done. I think it's log in for your dailies, get your dailies done, and then the top of the hour, an hour after daily reset, right? Because it's every odd hour. Go do it, get your rewards, get some achievements done. But for the most part, the public instances, no problems, really. I haven't had the chance not go down at the same time, things like that. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. So overall, I enjoyed it. The story itself, I've got to say it's a little deflating at the end, but if you play from start to finish, it actually is a lot of story, a lot going on, and that kind of thing. So as I talk about vet stuff and things like the jaded vets, they're going to come out and say how horrible the story is. I'm just going to tell you that it's not that bad. And the reason I'm going to say it that way is because it's not. It really isn't. For a new player coming in, if you haven't done the content, it's a lot of content. The DRMs are what they are, whether you're going to do the challenge stuff or not. If you find 4 other people who are like-minded and they want to go to do the challenge modes, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, decent amount of prismaticite defense hills from the meta as well. Yeah. Thank you, Winter Saga. There's a lot of great stuff. There's just a lot of great stuff. There are a lot of rewards in the Icebrood Saga. So if this is truly the end, which I believe it is, because we're going to go over all the content that they've announced in the roadmap, and none of it has to do with the Icebrood Saga. So this seems to be the end of the Icebrood Saga. And then you'll also receive a mail, which I'm not going to open. But once you get that, there's actually a item in there. I think an amulet. Another amulet? Something in there? A unique amulet that you can pick up, pick stats on. It's ascended. It's in there. Other people have showed it off. If you're really curious, you can go look it up. But you'll get that once you complete the Icebrood Saga, and then that's it. I don't know if we're going to have any... I think we will. And we'll talk about this a little bit later. I think we'll have a few other story parts come in to explain a little bit of things. But that won't be till towards the end of July, I think. So, other than that, I don't know if Eye of the North will stay a hub for very much longer. As in, maybe 4 or 5 months from now, we'll be into the expansion, and this will empty out a bit. But I think for the most part, going back, doing some DRMs, they're going to have to do some balancing and that kind of thing. So, I liked the Icebrood Saga more at the beginning. I really loved Drizzlewood and the idea behind it. I really loved just the entire idea of the story. There are some inconsistencies, some disjointed stuff in there that you can sort of just see where the expansion took over the resources and things like that, which sort of sucks. I hope ArenaNet does go back and flesh out the story a bit more. I do think that will be a very important thing to do, because I feel like the expansion took away from what the story could have fully told. Even though they gave us the gist of it, it just felt like a little short at the end. And I hope we can get something later on. That's a big hope. They're probably not going to do that. But if they did, huge props to ArenaNet for even doing it. And if they don't, oh well. Hopefully Into Dragons is just such a turn in the game that just don't care. I mean, that's just it. We're talking about the end of Dragons. So I'm really curious to see what that means. Also, if you're curious about all 3 Bobble Infusion. Midian, happy Guild Wars Thursday to you. But this is what all 3 Bobble Infusions look like. This is the full effect. I don't know exactly if there's a mix here, but it's 2 red ones and 1 blue. So, but it's a lot of Bobble. And again, it does trail out behind you. So, I'm trying to figure out what the glitter stuff is. I think it's from my amulet. Guild Wars 2 amulet. I have no idea. I have a bunch of stuff. My character just glows now. But I'm excited. If they introduce another infusion next year, that's all we're going to do. Get that other infusion. Another Bobble Infusion. We'll have all the bobbles. But anyhow. Is that everything in game? I'm trying to think what else. What else? It wasn't a very big patch in the sense of what they gave us. They sort of just said, here's the end. And the end happened, right? And for some, they're like, that's it? But then ArenaNet turned around and they're like, announcements! We're telling you everything. So, wow, I still can't go up there? That's some BS. I want to go someplace where there's going to be nice music. Where are they going to play the good music? Let's go to... Go to Divinity's Reach. Now let's go to the Grove. I don't go to the cities pretty much anymore, except, excuse me, for Divinity's Reach and Lion's Arch. Went to Radisum the other day. For the first time in forever. I mean, that's the only thing. I jump in, grab a Vista, and leave.
That was the last straw, you know. After that question about turtles in the desert, you asked it about its mother.
So?
It doesn't have a mother, it's a golem. You crossed its circuits. I don't know how you did it, but you weirded out my golem.
I always forget how great the dialogue is in this game. Alright, I'm just gonna leave my character right here. Let's talk about the announcement. Alright? I think I have it in a way that can be consumed. I'm going to go ahead and apologize about the format. Okay? It's going to change a couple times. Because I realized, oddly enough, as I went deeper into the summer, they kept giving me more information. And that's weird. So it kept getting tighter and tighter in space. So you're going to see it get wider, get smaller. I apologize. But it was going to be hard to go back and undo it all. Okay? So I was just like, whatever. So, first things first, I'm going to have to shut off this chat. We're going to have information. We're going to have information. Hopefully this information is consumable in a way that it's easy to consume. Like, really easy to consume. Okay? Bye, chat. Let's talk about next month. May 11th. Okay? So this is all this stuff coming in May. We'll talk about May, June, and then July. July, it will go a little bit out of chronological order. That's just because there's some bonus events, and then the other stuff has a lot more to it, so I needed to give it more space. But for the most part, we're going to try to go chronological here. Today, there is supposed to be a full breakdown of the skills and balance that is coming May 11th. Let me check to see if they finally got that up. Let me see. No. don't see a new post. It's read-only until today, too, so I don't know when that's going to get out then and that kind of stuff. But the balance notes should, if you watch this later and it's after April 29th, they should be up. And if it's after May 11th, well, oh well. But anyhow, May 11th, they are going to change skills and balance. It's going to affect the entire game. They do this every time before a new expansion comes out. It's either for the new elite specs coming in, or they just need to get certain things better in line with what's coming, what we're going to be fighting, and things like that. So we saw like condition changes and stuff like that coming into HOT. So that stuff began to change there, and then before Path of Fire, there was a bunch of balance changes and things like that, because they were introducing barrier and that kind of thing. The things that are going to change that they talked about specifically were boons and conditions, and the conditions specifically, I didn't want to write them here because it took up a lot of space. But the conditions they're talking about specifically are retaliation, resistance, and torment. The boons conditions there, specifically, that's what they put in the post. At the post right here, that's what it says. You can go read the post, by the way, on the website. It'll have all this information and more. Viability of underused specializations is also going to be a focus, which is great. It's always great to have more options and things like that for players to try out or whatever. May that be PvE, PvP, or World versus World. So there's going to be that full breakdown and that skills and balance. Skills and balance is probably going to be the biggest thing. I was hoping there would be some notes to go over, see what the general changes were going to be. Doesn't look like we're going to get that today. At least right now, so I'll check again here in a little bit. If they finally get it up, that would be great. And there's another place I can check. Hold on. Let me see. Let me check. I think we may have it here soon. Okay. After May 11th, get to May 14th, and the 25th is a big day too. But first of all, May 14th begins the World vs. World week-long bonus. That's 100% bonus World XP, 25% bonus reward track progress, and 50% magic find. Remember those numbers because that's going to come up several times as I go through this. I think there's 3 World vs. World events, and this is going to be the bonus that's attached to it. May 25th is the PvP League Season 27, and week-long bonus there, so 15% PvP rank point gain, and 25% bonus reward track progress, and 200% bonus magic find. If you did not know, PvP's reward track, those drops, those packages that you open, that kind of stuff is affected by magic find in the PvP lobby. So you want to max out your magic find and open those packages. That's how I got a precursor one time. That's how you get ascended rings and things like that pretty easily. PvP is where magic find actually matters in the game besides PvE. And I guess it affects all the game modes, but like when it comes to specifically getting stuff from the reward track, opening bags and things like that, magic find is more important there. World versus World, I don't think it affects the bags, but I could be wrong. Never actually went and looked it up or asked. Probably should have done that at some point in my 8.5 years of playing. But here we are. So, again, we're going to have a lot of bonus events going on with this kind of stuff. May 25th, so the same day the PvP League stuff goes and they start that week, there's going to be a Living World update. And they are going to go back through pretty much and spotlight episodes and seasons and stuff like that. And you can unlock episodes for free. This will only affect Season 2 and Season 3. So if you don't have Season 4, you're going to have to go get them. But in there's the chance to get those for free. If you don't have them, if you already bought them, please understand that it is a business. So, I mean, if they do give you back your gems, you're lucky. But at the same time, I sort of feel like they should undo anything you did. You're just ahead of the curve if you paid for it, type of thing. That's just my opinion, but I do feel like, yeah, it sort of sucks that, you know, I already paid for them, type of thing. But I got them for free unlocked, and here you go. So don't unlock. If you have other alt accounts too, you can log into those accounts and get those episodes for free. I thought they had season 4 for free not too long ago either. But I guarantee the game's going to be on discount at some point before the expansion again. And then maybe those are going to be on discount again. But, you know, there it is. Starting May 25th, unlock these episodes. With those episodes, though, vets, we get new achievements to earn. And they announced that there's going to be 3rd generation legendary weapons. What? What? Yes! I'm so excited to just see what they are. But if you do the new achievements, you can earn an End of Dragon precursor voucher. Which means when End of Dragons comes out, you're probably going to just take that voucher, go, I want this weapon precursor, and then feel extremely disappointed when you realize it's going to take 2,000 hours to probably finish the legendary weapon or something crazy like that. I'm just kidding. Probably not going to be that bad. It's probably going to be one of those, did you get 70,000 Elderwood? And you're going to be like, well, that's a bit excessive, don't you think? But it's worth it, right? 3rd gen legendaries. And there's going to be meta achieves. Right? There's going to be those meta achievements that you're going to have to finish, and if you finish those, you get a free. You don't have to make it. You just got to go do the achievements. A free legendary amulet. This may be my first hard to point this way. My first legendary accessory. I haven't made any legendary back piece, anything like that. I don't even have legendary armor. I just have weapons. But a legendary amulet. Even better news for stuff I announce later. You're gonna want that. You're gonna want that legendary amulet, okay? And I'll tell you more later. Why? This right here, this May 25th, is the next step in the game of just amazing content that's gonna come out. And good news is, all these achievements and stuff are permanent. They're there for the entirety of the rest of the history of the game. So if you don't earn these right away, but you log in and you unlock the episodes, right? And then you earn this stuff later, you can earn it later. So you don't have to be in a rush to finish it now. A lot of vets are going to be in a rush to finish it, and probably some other new players. But for the most part, this stuff is permanent. You can earn it at any point, okay? Don't feel like you have to rush through Season 2 and Season 3. Enjoy it. Vets, it's been a long time since we've been there. In fact, let me go back to my gameplay. Up here in the right-hand corner, you know what this is right here? Do you know what this is? Season 2. My Necro needs to finish Season 2. I think she's done with Heart of Thorns. Yeah. So, did I never finish Head of the Snake? Gonna have to do that. But if I can get rid of this up here because of this, I'm gonna be even more excited. You guys have no idea. I'm actually getting excited. It's almost dumb that I'm getting excited about a game 8 years later, but ArenaNet was just like, yo, what can we do to keep the veterans from just like deflating completely before we're like, here's the End of Dragon stuff. Oh, let's go back and update old content. Hey, events team at ArenaNet, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me motivation to get back in the game and doing something with older content. Because I keep going, I need to go back and play through that, and now I can earn something for it. So, there we are. Okay, from May 25th, we go into the boring June with a Fractal Rush on June 1st. There's going to be a community goal, probably finish fractals or turn something in from doing the fractals, extra rewards for doing fractals. So if you need to get your back piece done, hint, hint, wink, wink, legendary back piece, that kind of stuff, this will be the time to do it, guaranteed. These events, as I went through them, I realized they are for you to get your legendary stuff done. Okay? We're going to talk about that more later. But that's what they are for. So if you haven't started it or you haven't finished it or whatever, this may be the time to try to get a lot of that stuff done and complete it later, or at least get into a position where you can get it finished. But I would suggest, I highly suggest focusing on specific things you need to get done. Whether it's armor, the back piece, earning the amulet, getting that voucher, getting the legendary weapons done. I see the prices of things skyrocketing in certain situations, while at the same time, just a lot of people are sitting on what they already to get done. And that's what this stuff is for. Same thing, June 18th, no downstate bonus events. So the bonuses like before, for those ones I said, hey, remember those? I'll go back. No, that's not it. I'll go back. So these right here, these are the bonuses, 100% world XP, reward track, 50% magic grind. Those right there will be right here. When you're down, you're dead. There's no downstate. That's the point of no downstate. Some people, they get surprised when they go into this event and they go down and they just die and they're like, what happened? There's an event going on where there's no downstate. So if you down, you're dead. I think that's the easiest way to say it. Down, you're dead. So don't lose your HP. It's more hardcore. A lot of people love this. I do think World vs. World needed this from the beginning because the rallying bots and stuff, and they sort of fixed that, but it's still not enough. I think the idea of just wiping people out and hitting as hard as possible glass cannon style battle is more warlike, in my opinion. Do I hate it? Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Next thing, June 22nd, Dragon Bash. Dragon Bash is going to be the hologram stuff, where that kind of thing. I think I either bought all the weapons or something. I really like the Dragon Bash and all the changes that they brought to it. I do think the events are a little bit all over the place, but for the most part, it keeps it busy, keeps things interesting. So it's almost like every week we have something, and there is some downtime in between some of this stuff. So don't panic if you're not getting things done. There will be moments of breathe. And those are going to be moments where some vets are going to be like, what else they got? But for newer players, don't get overwhelmed by looking at all this stuff, okay? So when the Dragon Bash comes, it's the Zytaffy, the Jawbreakers, the holograms. There's going to be the daily activities. The annual achievements will come back, which aren't hard. 350 AP, that kind of thing. I'm closing in on 39k myself, which will finish my Hellfire armor, and it will be great. But we're done with boring June. On to July. In fact, June had the least amount of content in it. That's because they're introducing so much stuff in May that they're going to give us a lot of downtime in June. Don't ask me what happened there. You're gonna notice the format changing here. That's because there's a lot of stuff. Okay. July 5th begins the PvP tournament week and the Tournament of Legends. I don't know a lot about PvP because I just don't do it anymore, and a lot of things have changed. So take this with a huge grain of salt. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Please go read up on it as they announce this stuff, or find a PvP player and ask them questions if they have done this. There's going to be special tournaments all week. I don't know what that means. 2v2s, 3v3s, normal tournaments, 5v5s. I don't know. They didn't tell us a whole lot. So we have to wait until July or closer to July to get more information. June 11th, they say this is when the Tournament of Legends is decided. So I specifically put that date up. June 11th. July 11th, Tournament of Legends. And if you win that, you get a Gen 1 or 2 legendary weapon for free. So if you're like, I'm really good at PvP, should I try this stuff? Yes. The thing is, you never know what's going to happen. Yes, the best PvP players are going to come out, but you never know what's going to happen in those tournaments. Just trying it usually gets you rewards in some way that you didn't have before, and it's always good to test where you're at anyways in the competitive mode that you enjoy playing. So if you enjoy playing PvP, join this stuff. Okay? Do it. I mean, there's nothing to lose. And you got nothing better to do probably if you're a veteran anyways. If you haven't done PvP, get prepared now, learn the PvP stuff, and just go try it. pick up some friends, find a group, whatever. Like, free gold, free rewards is just going to help you in the long run and prepare yourself for the expansion coming out. I mean, what's better than that? I don't know. Then another World versus World week-long bonus. The bonuses return? What? What bonuses am I talking about? Those that I told you to remember, and you probably didn't, so I'm showing them again. 100% bonus World experience, 25% reward track, and 50% bonus Magic Find. Now, why would they have another World versus World bonus? Doesn't that seem like a lot? To finish your armor. Alright? It's to finish your armor. Some of you are really close. You're going to want this. Also, to get your mount done before the expansion. Get your mount done before the expansion. And try to get that armor done. Alright, they specifically said those things. In fact, I'm going to go back and read exactly what they say. Because it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Another week of bonuses to reward track progress, Magic Find, World Experience, and World vs. World, like I showed you and told you to remember. Don't forget to take a break from conquering the... Oh, wait. There's an End of Dragons... No, that's July. I'm messing it up. No, this is July. The 23rd. Yeah. And there's also an End of Dragons live stream. Was it here? No, it was the one before. The one before. I'm sorry. I'm misremembering. Again, there's so much, though. There's so much. There was something in there. See, I'm trying to make it as consumable as possible. But they specifically say at one point, yeah, there it is. It was on the May 14th one. There's never been a better time to unlock your Warclaw mount or earn your legendary World versus World armor. That's because, let's first talk about the Marionette. The Marionette's coming back on July 13th. We have asked for this forever. If anyone ever tells you that ArenaNet doesn't give us what we ask for, they're lying. It's right there. The Marionette was one of the best events in Living Story 1. There's 3 lanes of battle. You go in, you watch everybody fail your map, and then you yell at them. Hopefully, we'll do better this time around. So, the Marionette is this giant watchwork creation from Scarlet. They're gonna update it because with the power creep and everything, it would just die. But pretty much what you do is you go into each lane. There's going to be little challenges. Your groups are even going to be split up again, as it was last time. I did not finish all these achievements because people could not get their crap together. But I think players are worse now, like in PvE, than they have been. But step it up. We have a lot of time to prepare for the Twisted Marionette, and it doesn't have to be stressful. It can just be a fun thing. We go in, a great boss meta. It's in Lornage Pass. You go in there, you beat it up, we get it done. Yes! I don't know what rewards or achievements are going to come with this, but man, I'm excited to get back and just do it. I don't even care about the rewards and stuff. I love the Marionette. I wish I could have played it more, but I had a job at the time, and it just didn't allow me to play as much as I wanted to because I would get tired. By this point in the Living Story, too, I was already starting to get burnt out. So it was a lot. But this is going to be a fun thing in July right there. Then July 13th, same day as Twisted Marionette, they're going to give us the Legendary Armory. Mic drop. They could have just ended with that. They could have just been like, Legendary Armory. And we all would have lost our minds. In fact, if they just be like, here's alliances after July, we're just... and then they're gonna people are gonna die in their chair. Their heart's just gonna stop because they're finally gonna get alliances, right? But we're gonna get this amazing legendary armory. Okay, so I've talked about legendary weapons. I've talked about the legendary amulet. I've talked about that back piece and fractals. I've talked about World versus World legendary armor. If you're doing the raid stuff, PvP stuff, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff to get you ready to get your legendaries done. So if you have been sitting on something, you got the precursor, you have the materials, it's time to get it done. Because this armory is going to let you manage your legendary gear much better. Now, I don't know the details, but I can tell you it's probably something more related to how they already work. You pick your legendary, you pick the stats, you pick if you have the runes or sigils or whatever, you pick that stuff, and then they're going to give that to all your characters. So you're going to share the legendary. So if you already have a great sword or or a scepter or whatever, you'll never have to get another one again unless they change something. I don't know. But for the most part, you don't have to go back to your bank and swap it to another character. You can just grab it from the armory. It is there. You can choose your stuff on it. It doesn't matter what it's transmuted as. Red. You just gotta grab it out of there. We're gonna get more information. I believe that's the... I cannot think of it being more complicated or less complicated. So... But that legendary armory, what it means is that getting legendaries done is even more important to your count. If you have a level 80 character, you can immediately put on a legendary weapon. And that gives you the best stats, and it just gives you more control. The balance preview is up now. Winter Saga, thank you so much. But that armory, everything, pretty much every event to this point. We're going to go ahead and finish this out before I go look back at those balance patches. But to this point, everything is pretty much just a reward system to get your legendaries done. In fact, the Iceberg Saga was just that. It gives you all sorts of rewards in Drizzlewood and all the metas. They just give you all these resources for different things. And the crazy part about it is it was effective at helping me get my weapons done. I think I finished 2 weapons so far this year. And I was talking about a third, which I've decided not to do. I'm going to focus on some other things. But for the most part, here it is. Here it is. That armory is just huge. And since it's not rolling out with the expansion, that'll give them time to make sure it all works. So when we get to the expansion, we're not fiddling with it, right? We already have an idea of it. And so I really appreciate ArenaNet getting this done and getting it to us. They did announce this a long time ago, and we're finally getting it. The only missing part before the expansion would be alliances, unless they're going to roll it in there somehow and be like, you need to fiddle with it in the expansion for whatever reason. You know, actions. But anyhow, let's talk about the final thing before we go read those balance patch notes. July 27th is the most important date for the expansion. I'll say that again. July 27th. There will be a Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons first look live stream. Extremely important that we all watch this. I will watch it and probably get live somewhere and be like, oh my god! Because they said there's going to be, and in quotes, I have it there, tidal wave information. I guess I could have quoted the whole thing. But it's a it's a tidal wave of information. There's going to be features, introduction to story, a new trailer, elite specialization beta event information. Yes! Yes! So we're going to be able to try the elite specs just like all the other expansions and see what those are. And as I always say, who knows what else? Who knows what will leak? Who knows what they'll accidentally show us? Who knows what little things that they're like, oh yeah, we should have put it in the post that we're also getting this. Who knows if they're going to say alliances are there, which I still hold out for, but we got the armory, so I'm not really big into World versus World anymore, so I just don't care. I don't know, but maybe I'll care if they do announce it. It's just a very exciting thing going on, and I just want it injected into my veins. Uh-oh. It does not say it's here for me. Are you sure? Do you have a link? Do you have a link I can click on? But that's it. July 27th. That's everything you need to know. I'm excited. Let's talk about these changes. Talk about these changes if I can find them. I feel like my forum is old. Yeah, it wasn't updating. And it's still not updating. it not on the forums? Am I wrong here? Oh, they posted it there. Thank you. Yeah, I just found it. Of course. That's gonna pop up. Okay. Game update notes May 11th, 2021. The launch of our new forums has been delayed until tomorrow. Okay. It's important to us that you get the May 11th skill changes. I'm gonna throw this up on the Discord right now. Throw it up on the Discord right now if somebody else hasn't done it. Scott got it. Okay, it's up on the Discord. I'm going to read through it right here. Excellent. I'm going to throw it up in announcements in the guild. Part of that guild. I'm going to throw it up right there. Okay. Let me read through it. The launch of our new forums has been delayed tomorrow. It's important to us that you get the May 11 skill balance update notes today, so we're posting it here on the blog. Visit our official Twitter and Facebook channels, discuss the info about the players. Go do that if you want. May 11th, 2021 skills balance release notes. Been a long while since our last major balance patch. In this update, we're preparing for Cantha by cleaning up long-standing frustrations with boons and conditions, as well as by positioning existing builds as new potential sources of alacrity and quickness in group play. Among these changes are new duration caps for each boon and condition, a rework... New duration caps? Interesting. Already! A rework of the retaliation and resistance boons and a reversal to the bonus damage state of the torment condition. Torment will now deal bonus damage to targets that are standing still instead of to moving targets. This change will enhance Torment's performance in most boss encounters and create better opportunities for synergy and counterplay in PvP. The retaliation boon has long been a pain point both in PvE and PvP, especially world versus world. It doesn't say that, but that's my little thing thrown in there. It's not particularly impactful to use, and it's never fun to play against. We have replaced it with the new boon, Resolution, which complements the existing protection boon by reducing incoming damage from conditions, bleeding, poison, burning, torment, and confusion by 33%. Many current traits and skills use retaliation in some way or to an added effect. Those traits aren't going away. Generally, they've been updated to use the new resolution boon. As always, the detailed patch notes below will tell you exactly what's happening to each profession. Similarly, we're not quite happy with how resistance is a hard shutdown on all conditions, which creates overlapping gameplay with skills that cleanse conditions. We're updating resistance to only affect non-damaging conditions. In other words, resolution helps reduce damage from bleeding, poison, burning, torment, and confusion, while resistance lets you temporarily ignore blinded, chilled, crippled, fear, immobilized, slow, taunt, vulnerability, and weakness. So mostly CC and then the ones that add to damage. Since we're reducing the overall, I don't know if vulnerability should be in there. Because it's counterplay to have vulnerability against the protection and the resolution, right? Right? No, but it's on you. Okay, makes more sense. Since we're reducing the overall effect of resistance, we're also reevaluating increasing durations on some skills where it is applied. The boon and condition updates. Resolution. The retaliation boon has been renamed Resolution. Incoming condition damage is reduced by 33%. Stacks duration. Unless otherwise specified, skills and traits that formerly granted or used retaliation now use Resolution. Resistance. Non-damaging conditions currently on the players are ineffective. Stacks duration. That's defense. I was thinking offense, but I don't know what happened in my head there. Torment. Deals damage every second. Deals additional damage to foes that are not moving. Stacks intensity. Duration caps for boons and conditions. Duration stacking boons and conditions now behave consistently. They directly stack durations added from all sources, do not have hidden stack limits, and generally have shorter maximum durations, with most non-damaging condition durations stacking to a maximum of 10 seconds. Nice. We aim to reduce situations in which players can become stuck in combat because of long duration condition preventing them from using their mount. Love it. Boons! Alacrity lasts for 30, Fury 30, Protection 30, Resolution 30, Quickness 30, Resistance 30. Darn, that quickness, I could stack it up really high. Resistance 30, swiftness 30, vigor 30. Sturdy 30. Conditions: blinded only lasts for 10, chilled 10, crippled 10, immobilized 10, slowed 10, weakness 10 seconds. Wow. That is a change. Right there is huge. There's a lot going on here. It's going to be harder for me to process because I've had to process this so many times over, but those are big changes. Those are big changes. And also capping boons 30 seconds going to change some things. So reapplying boons is going to become more important than previously just high stacking them. I noticed something else in here that I'm not going to say because First Condi, let's go. We'll see. We'll see. Mantras, Mesmer, and Firebrand. We acknowledge that there's significant flaws with the core gameplay innate to mantra skills. Yeah, no kidding. And that this problem was exacerbated in the Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire when we switched Mesmer mantras to an ammunition system, creating incentives to not use the final charge. This is a poor user experience and something we have hoped for a long time to be able to come back and address. Needing to prepare for combat by using a sequence of skills with long casting times is not fun. In most cases, using the final charge of a mantra in combat feels like a mistake. You not only denied your use of a skill for a long time, but also required you to prepare your mantras again after the cooldown expired. Instead of being rewarded to use, mantras have been a chore. Yeah. It's something you need to remember to do every time you change maps or respawn or deal with after every /GG in a fractal strike or raid. Holding your group up while again prepare each of your mantras never feels great either. During the development of this balance patch, we tried several alternatives, including automatic preparation while out of combat. Ultimately, we found that the best course of action was to simplify the mantra skills and remove the preparation mechanic altogether, as this ensues that we can have consistent behavior between Mesmer and Firebrand mantras, as well as a consistent core functionality between PvE, PvP, and PvP game modes. As a result, in this balance update, we have decided to rework both Mesmer and Firebrand mantras into simple ammunition skills. Awesome. Interesting. What this means: no more preparing mantras before reuse. They are always in the ready mode, storing up uses. Firebrand mantras are no longer stronger on final charge. All uses are the same. Mesmer mantras no longer do something on preparing. Okay, interesting. Some related tuning and trait changes will happen as a result. While this results in a loss of some of the current flavor inherent to the mantra's skill type, we have found that the ability to easily read, understand, and use these skills in normal gameplay is a strong improvement to the play experience. I will have to agree. I do feel like mantras were way overly complicated, and Firebrands were a bit overpowered with the extra they got from it compared to what some Mesmers would do. And feeling like you messed up using your skills that are there to be used was always a weird thing for me, and it's happened in a lot of places in this game, but they've gotten rid of most of that. It's great to finally see that they address that in the mantras. It's something I've never said personally because I just don't use them because of that, but it's great to see that ArenaNet is looking at certain things and being like, why is this so complicated? And why do people stress playing the game? And I think that's going to lower things. Although I know some people aren't going to be happy about this, I do think the change overall, I agree with them. It's going to improve the play experience. So, great. All right, general stuff. To better indicate which skills will deal defiance damage, icons within the... Let me read that again? What? To better indicate which skills will deal defiance damage, icons within the skill tooltips that represent applied control effects are now purple. We have indicators of defiance damage? Is this the same ANET? Was the company secretly bought out? They got something to tell us? Finally, I don't have to be like, I can just be like, look for the purple ones, right? Wow. The exposed effect that is placed on many boss enemies when their defiance bar is broken has been adjusted and now increases power damage taken by 30% and condition damage taken by 100%. Power creep, yes! Text on many damage increasing profession traits, runes, and sigils has been clarified to indicate whether they're increasing outgoing strike damage, condition damage, or all damage as appropriate. Nice, that's good. Those are good changes. More information tends to be good as long as it's not overcrowding, right? get into that. Like, what does that say? It's a block of text, right? A lot of people are going to skip it. The superior sigil of the stars now also increases concentration and expertise. Good. The celestial stat combination of gear now also increases concentration and expertise. The per stat values have not been decreased. I thought they already did the celestial stat. Or am I wrong? The stars that didn't have it. Mounts, Griffin. Swoop now deals additional damage based on your velocity? What does that mean? I have not used the Griffin in a long time. But could you, like, come flying in and start your fight with, like, 12k damage? That would be amazing. You just... Alright, there are going to be professional skill changes. I am not going to go through every single one of those. We've gone through all the general stuff. I will go look at my favorite class, Necromancer, here really quick, just because it'll affect me the most. But there are changes to every class and that kind of stuff. Some specific to their specializations. So read about your classes, that kind of thing. I will go through this myself after I'm done here on this live show, just to make sure I understand stuff. I'm gonna look at Mesmer really quick. They didn't change it. False! False! They didn't change it. The mantras are going to be even more powerful. All right, let me look at Necromancer really cool. Necromancer is flexible and durable profession. I love Necromancer. I agree with that. I think it's one of the easier classes to play. I think it's one of the easier ones to learn. And there's so much you can do with it. It's not currently in any need of any major changes, but alongside general improvements to performance of other condition damage specializations, we're improving the Necromancer's access to condition damage in curses with improved condition application. But you do this every time, ArenaNet. You improve the conditions on Necromancer, then it proves too powerful, and then you go back and you just nerf them to the ground. I don't understand. Rest in peace, Condition Reaper. Rest in peace. God, I loved my Condition. Condition Reaper got me through HOT. I killed things. I had an open world. My DPS was like 29,000 sometimes. The Condition Reaper. It was a lot of fun to play. I did 1,000,000 DPS. First time in the game. You can do it in other ways now, but in a meta boss battle, I was doing 1,000,000 DPS thanks to my Condition Reaper. And Epidemic being broken as possible. But it was 1,000,000 DPS. It was like a 1.2 million tick at one point. It was crazy. And I loved that build, and they nerfed it to the ground, and I've never forgiven ArenaNet for it, and never will. But anyways, we're also making improvements in soul reaping with soul barbs to increase condition damage. We're also making small improvements in the usability of several traits in the blood magic specialization. Axe, Ghostly Claws. This skill now requires the target to activate. No, come on. Come on! I love swinging it wildly. Lich Form, Deathly Claws. This skill is no longer fires projectiles at enemies located behind the player. Good change. Curses, Bard Precision increases duration of bleeding effect from 2 seconds to 3 seconds in PvE only. Remember, there's a max, though. There's a max. Insidious Disruption increases the duration of torment from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Blood Magic, Mark Evasion. This trait no longer has an eternal cooldown. Blood Bond, reduced eternal cooldown from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. Blood Bank. In addition to its previous effects, its trait now grants barrier for health gained while below full health at 15% rate. I don't know what exactly that... Well, I think I know what it means, but don't use it. Soul Reaping, Soul Barbs. This trait now increases all damage dealt, not only strike damage. Reaper, Infusing Terror. This skill can now be used in midair so that it better function with Death's Charge. Yes! Because it was a problem. You can't use certain skills in the air, and if you try to chain something and you use Death Charge, where you do that scythe attack where you fly forward. The problem with that is you could get air, and you couldn't use the skill. So I think it makes sense to be able to use it wherever. But all right, Some good changes, some weird change. Why do I need a target to activate? Come on, get out of here. Ruin my axe? I don't think Condi on Reaper will ever return. I think Condi damage is still going to be something that's very finicky and things like that. DPS stuff, just, it's weird to calculate, and people find ways to do it. But it does show you the importance of spreading your conditions out now. They're going to start capping certain things. So it's better to reapply than to try to mass apply and hope it doesn't get cleared, which makes better gameplay in my opinion. But the problem is with conditions, it was easy to do that on certain classes than others. So, hold on, what's this Sikkim change? When used by a merged soul beast, the damage bonus granted is now 25%. When used by any other ranger specialization or an unmerged soul beast, the damage bonus granted to pet is 40. Interesting. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing here, there looks like a lot of buffs. So you got to be a bit of a power creep, but I don't know how that's going to be affected by the boon changes and that kind of stuff. But it's all there. It's posted up on the Discord. Can I post this and YouTube have certain rules? But I'm excited to see what people do with this. Balance changes always bring a certain flavor to the game every time. And this actually looks like it's a major balance change on the top end that trickles down more than what we usually see, where it's specific areas underneath the general idea. So this is changes to all the game modes. This is changes to bring a little bit of, I don't know, a rise in DPS, because what we're going to be facing in End of Dragons is going to probably be different from what we've been facing up until now. Myself, I have not enjoyed the combat of Guild Wars 2 as much as I used to. The movement stuff and just the complexity. We also don't know if they're going to add any boons or conditions to End of Dragons, but and what those elite specs will bring. Also, I have this strong feeling, I'm just going to call it now, that they're adding a new weapon or two with this neck. I don't know why I feel this way, but looking at the elite specs and what's left for weapons and stuff, ArenaNet's going to have to get really creative or introduce new weapons. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to not say that. But that's more of a hope thing, too. We'll see. When they give us the Tengu, I hope you're as excited as I am, because that's coming too, right? Alliances Tengu and new weapons? Check me off, man. I am done. Like, that's the stuff I look forward to. That's the stuff I look forward to with all this news and that kind of thing. So hopefully that was consumable for some of you. Again, the balance stuff, I could go through every class, but that would take forever. I'm not going to do that. We've already been going for what, an hour and 8 minutes talking about this stuff. It's a lot. I want to get back to the game because we actually need to this whisper that carries somewhere. These people talk. It's like a pss, pss in the background. Man, it's getting annoying. We need to open some Black Lion chest here for funsies. For funsies and that kind of thing. We're going to go back to the Eye of the North. Hope everybody's enjoying the new meta. So, May 11th, balance changes are here. Let me go back to something really quick. So, yeah, May 11th is when the things start to kick off. And then May 14th, World versus World, 25th, PvP. Okay. June is when things turns towards other things. May 25th is the major one to know. That's the free episodes, the precursor voucher, the legendary amulet. That's May 25th. So we got about a month here before the most interesting things begin. And then it'll take off from there. So And remember, July 27th, live stream. They're going to be talking about End of Dragons, and we're all going to freak out. Ah! Wait, was there something on May 14th? I'm already forgetting. Hold on. July 27th. World versus World. Go get my second shot. I'm going to be down for like 2 weeks. My immune system's going to be like, prepare yourself for absolute BS. Let's open the 6 Black Lion chest keys that I have. I don't think there was any other keys in the bank, right? Nah, I've not been in my weekly key runs. I'm such a hypocrite. I'm like, do your weekly key runs, and I never do mine. Yeah, I don't. There was also, hold on, let's talk about the Black Lion statuettes really quick. They put in that Shimmering Aurora Cape and Glider combo. So a lot of people wanted this cape. Just wanted to throw that out there. If you have 60 statuettes, you can get this right now. And the glider. So it's pretty good package. I do not have it. I've been thinking about grabbing it really quick because it's exclusive to the Black Lion chest, but it's in there if you want that. I haven't really talked about that. That's interest. What is it? Hold on. What's in the Black Lion chest before I open these? Black Lion statuette. Fine Black Lion die canister. Interesting. Normal stuff. Didn't they add stuff to the guaranteed wardrobe unlock that they shouldn't have added? That's something in here? Like abyssal weapons? Yeah, I don't think those are supposed to be in there. Abyssal weapons and the Shining Orate pistol and stuff aren't supposed to be in there. So you're supposed to complete these over the next couple years or something like that. There was something else that was put in there that wasn't supposed to be in there. So yeah, I have not gone through and bought the cheaper stuff from those wardrobe unlocks, but I'm not saying rush to go do it, but you could if you want. It's there. The orchestral weapons are in there. We got the Seraph Wings backpack and glider combo. Look at these. Look at these. Really pretty. I wish I could afford all the Black Lion keys, but I can't. Heck yeah, look at that. The glider's more of the same. And then they have that Mystic Smoking Pipe. Because blaze it, that's why. That's in there, and it looks like they have the Abaddon stuff. Glyph of Virtue, Karma, and then the Glyph of the Watch Knight. Yes. I'm thinking they're hoping that those sprockets will come down in price, but I don't know. Orient Truffle, Iron, Hardwood, and a Platinum node. And the permanent stuff. Oh, look. The Desert Mystery Tonic is in there. I guess I could keep that open. We'll go down to the major stuff. All right, 6 of these. Let's do it. Dee Dee, hello to you. First one. Easy. A weapon unlock? Heck yeah. Guaranteed wardrobe unlock. Miniature claim ticket. Don't really need those. Well, exchange voucher is always good. Couple more here. Scrap. It looks like a utility primer. And a metabolic primer. 6 keys. Not too bad. It's not too bad. We'll open that up. Get some of that. Have a few dyes here. Midnight Purple is not... Ooh, want to get out of that. I don't know how much these are on the trading post. 12 apiece. I already have 30 in the bank, so these are a repeat. Interesting. So these are the dyes I got. Meh. I like the primers. That brings me up to 24 scraps. 6 Black Lion statuettes. 6 of those. Claim ticket, an exchange voucher. I like the exchange voucher. It saves me so much time. Let's do a guaranteed weapon unlock. The Mordrum Sword. The Mordrum Sword. How much is that worth? Mordrum Sword. 21 gold. And I got kyanite dye. Pretty. A pretty blue. Put it on our dragon. Oh, look at that. Huh. How much is that worth? I mean, it's like 7 gold. Kyanite. Yeah, see, this is why you go and you buy the dyes you don't have. This is why you always go look. That's what you get. That's what you get, AngryZorric, for not doing your due diligence. Let's look here. So what I do is I buy anything under 10, right? I just go in here and I start looking at this stuff. And what I usually do before Black Line key openings is try to get rid of some of this because it's not worth it. You want to get the 200, 300, 600 gold drop, right? And you can't get that if you are getting lower drops. Now, I'm not really disappointed because it's on me, you know? And I got something for 7 gold for free. But if you want better stuff, it's better to go in here and try to figure this stuff out. But there's a bunch of things that have dropped about the 7 gold range. Here's like the enamel generation dye. I don't have that. But I noticed a while back some of this stuff dropped extremely down in price because birthday gifts and things like that. And just the fact that certain Black Lion chests, you know, gave more of these dyes. And there was a larger popularity of them. So there's enameled and amenity dye. That's there. I don't have that one. So yeah, I'll eventually have to go through this, waste a little bit of gold to make sure my wardrobe unlocks it a little bit better. The Mordrum sword was a low roll, but it's still out of my price range. Infernal dye. What the heck is that from? Is that from the red canister? And then those too, those canisters given those certain dyes. The black ones we just got. Rare Black Lion dye canister blue. I don't know what that means. The red. But yeah, I have to go in. There are ways to check this. You can use like Guild Wars 2 efficiency. There's other API checking things if you're curious about like what's so cheap, what's not. Type of thing. So 42 utility primers, 114 metabolic. Get out of here. Ooh. Brings me up to... Is that exactly a stack? 36 of those black canisters, those black dye canisters. Ah, here they are. Fine Black Lion dye canisters. Red dyes are used to combine to upgrade their rarity. I don't know what that means. 33 miniature tickets, and we're up to 73 exchange vouchers. Nice. The dyes, I don't think this midnight dye is that great. Oh. I'll sell it, though. Here, I made somebody's day. Natural dyes, a dye a lot of people look at, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'll just break this one down. A lot of people think I'm crazy for grabbing pigment, but we don't know what's coming in the expansion, and I want to be prepared. If they add stuff for guild halls and give us guild halls, I will be ready for that. There is a lot to talk about what could be in the expansion. The new race, new weapons, new conditions, new boons, a new mount. I mean, what that could be, who knows? There could be alliances. There could be... We're getting the Armory, so I can't even say that. There could be... It always hurts my list when ArenaNet starts giving us the things we've asked for and the things that they said they're going to give us. What the hell, ArenaNet? Of course you would start to spoil us after all these years. I just talked about this yesterday. ArenaNet has given us a lot of quality of life features in the last like year and a half that players have just been asking for. A lot of content we've asked for, a lot of that kind of stuff. ArenaNet has done a lot for us in the last year and a half. So the jaded veterans out there just nitpicking at what they're not getting done, like the Icebrute Saga's flat ending for a lot of us. The thing is, it seems really flat for us, but I know it's going to be worth it in the End of Dragons. ArenaNet has this standard of quality, and I think Icebrute Saga ended a little below it, but they started so much higher. I love the start of the Icebrute Saga. I love Drizzlewood and all that kind of stuff. The new maps have been amazing. I didn't really like Shadow on the Ice. I'm going to have to go finish that because that's the only way to get the amulet for those meta achievements. So I'm going to have to go back. They say you're going to have to finish that stuff, or for the voucher or something like that. So make sure you go back and finish your achievements for that, meta achievements and things. We'll see. We'll see when that stuff hits, what's there and what's possible, I guess. But I'm excited for July 27th. That's what I'm waiting for. Well, the Marionette. But I'm excited for July 27th to see what we're finally going to get, what they're going to show us, see what the new trailer is, what the story's going to be. Because if right now the story could be anything. I mean, we might not even be fighting a dragon. That's the thing. They could just spin us on our head and be like, oh yeah, this ain't a dragon. And we just... We'll be like, hold on, but what about the water dragon? We haven't seen much. Also, if you finish the meta or your story, I remind you after the big battle to look up. I keep forgetting to tell people that, but I noticed it, and I think Larinity noticed it too. I think that's what I saw on Twitter. Went back to the trailer, looked at the trailer, went back, looked at and said, oh my goodness. More words than that, but they've been dropping hints, and I've been noticing certain things, going back while doing things to be like, that's weird because this didn't play out. But I've noticed that there's little things here or there that we need to pay attention to, and it's what ArenaNet always does. It was weird this time around because we didn't have a big twist. A big twist we usually get in the story too. So, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of fun coming our way. I'm really excited, just to see where they want to take this game and how they're going to get away from the dragon, because they even talk about how, the living world was the dragon cycle and that kind of thing. So they really do want to move on to a new villain, new situations, maybe open up the game a little bit so we can explore different things we haven't explored yet. Maybe have a time of peace and go resolve some other things. It would be interesting to see how they can take this game to the next level. If they could do something like they did in Guild Wars 1, where when you start playing certain instances, it's a certain way, and then later on, they can be a different kind of instance. So even the maps themselves, will ArenaNet be willing to go back and adjust those? I'm talking way out there. This is something ArenaNet has never done. But it would be cool if we could start going back and resolving Kessex Hills or, the Mordramoth Fallout and that kind of thing. It would be really cool to see certain things like that pop up for a while. Would that make the game more popular, less popular? I don't know. ArenaNet knows the formula. But I think as players, we need to be patient. Let's not try to overhype things. It's going to be really hard with the stuff that they're giving us. But really, really excited for all the events that are coming up. The event team, again, wow. Marionette, come on! Man, you know how many vets have asked for the Marionette to come back? I know players that have quit this game for years that are probably going to come back. If they don't know, man, I'm going to drop it on them today. There's one person I haven't seen until today, and I'm just going to be like, have you seen this? Are you coming back? She's probably going to be like, just for the Marionette. I'm going to be like, sure. You're going to stay all the way through the expansion and beyond. Before we take off today, allow me to review. Allow me to review everything. Again, July 27th, huge stuff. But again, May 11th is when we see the skill balance changes. We talked about those. They're linked in Discord, probably up on Twitter by now. They have to be up on Twitter. You never got Centaurs and Quaggins. Yeah. Did we? For the Iceberg Saga? Come on, ain't it? What are we looking for? Let me see if Guild Wars 2 announced. Yes. I will retweet that on the Twitter. Make sure you guys see that there. It's on the Discord. It was here. I read through the general stuff, the overarching stuff. It affects every game mode. So there it is. Full release. It was done today. Just like I said. So by now, if you're still watching, thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ask questions if you have them. Or give me your best guess of what's going to be happening in the expansion. I love reading that stuff and being like, no. And then, ooh, never thought about that. Let me do this in order. I'm sorry. May 14th, World vs. World bonus. May 25th, PvP League 27 happens. May 25th, Living World Spotlight Week starts for Season 2 and 3. New achievements, an End of Dragons Precursor voucher. And then finishing the meta achievements, whatever those are. A Legendary Amulet for free. Fractal Rush June 1st. June 18th, World vs. World No Downstate. Down to Dead. June 22nd, Dragon Vash returns. July 5th, the PvP Tournament Week happens. Tournament of Legends. Someone's going to win. People are going to win a Gen 1 or Gen 2 Legendary Weapon. World vs. World week-long bonus again on July 23rd. July 13th, going back, Marionette and the Legendary Armory are going to release. Ha! Just what a day! July 13th! Ah! That day right there, man. July 27th. There is something on July 23rd or June 23rd. I can't remember now. I'm not going to go back and look for it. But there is another live stream happening on a Friday that might go over some End of Dragon stuff. Might be worth looking at. But this is the one. Tidal wave of information. Introduction to story, new trailer, elite specialization, beta event information, that kind of thing. I am always excited when they do beta stuff. It's fun to get into the game and just see what's there and things like that. I will play it more than I've ever played it in the past, I think, because I want to know how it feels to have that kind of stuff and things like that. But there it is. Make sure you have this day. Make sure you have it, okay? Because that is what's going to tell you whether you're going to want Into Dragons or not, and you're going to want it. But, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I mean, I thought it was going to take a little bit longer to go through all this stuff and what was happening here. Free Black Lion keys on the gym store. Play the new meta. It's all great stuff. ArenaNet's doing a lot of great things, even though they do have their shortcomings on some of the stuff in the Iceberg Saga. Even though some of the stuff it feels miles or months away, because technically it is, or even years away at times, it will sneak up on you and there will be things to do. And if you don't want to do that kind of stuff, then start working. Always have goals while playing Guild Wars 2. If you don't have goals while playing Guild Wars 2, you're not going to get as much out of it, I feel. But of course, every player is different. Yeah. Anything else? No. Let's end the show. The music went silent. It didn't stop. Mods, thank you so much. Midian, Didi, it's great to see you. Our next YouTube live show will be not soon because nothing's happening next week. Balance changes on May 11th. We may have a show the Thursday following that, on the 13th. May 11th is a Tuesday. Yeah. Maybe on the 13th, so 2 weeks from today. Because there's not much going on. I don't really want to play the end of Iceberg Saga here. I don't think that's going to do anyone any favors. But look forward to the 25th for sure. We'll have a YouTube live stuff on the 27th, and after that, just probably talking about Living World stuff and the achievements. We'll talk about it probably a few times, and then other things. I may have pointers or have information to make it easier to get stuff done or things like that. I don't think, even after the bounce patch, I don't think it's the seasons are going to be hard content. I think some of it's going to be frustrating to some players because when you were eased into it from Living World Season 1 into Living World Season 2, you were sort of used to it. But even me going back after Path of Fire doing older content is frustrating. Some of it is just like, really? That's the way it is? Like the dragon fight in Season 2. It's a dragon champion of Mordremoth, and it just, every time I see people playing it, I'm like, good luck. I don't remember it being that frustrating, but that's just the way the game is. And new players, it is what it is, but get those free episodes and stuff for sure. But yeah, I think that's when we'll be back live on YouTube. Now, am I going to have content in video form? I think I fixed my problem. And that problem is I need to sleep more, eat more, rest more, and then when something isn't working, not get frustrated at it. Instead, just walk away and be like, yo, let's be calm. What am I saying? I'm going to yell about it. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be like, why doesn't this effing work? Let's not cuss at the end of the live show, so I have to edit it again. That's how I just cut out the last 30 minutes. Anyhow, I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hitting the like button. I appreciate you subbing. If I can get to 1,000 subs by March of next year, I would appreciate that. That's my goal, is to have more than that, but that's a stretch goal at this point. I'm going to be recording some stuff. I just need to edit it, voice over the stuff, and send it out. That's it. Got to do it. I don't know how to do thumbnails and stuff very well. I mean, like, look at the little PowerPoint stuff I did today. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. But we'll get there. But as always, I leave you with this. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. For all we got. Have a great night, day, evening, morning, afternoon. Whatever time it is, make it great. Going to bed, sleep well, get that rest. You will need it. Trust me. I'm not gonna say the rest of April or this week. If I don't see you for the rest of 2021, because you get busy and you get vaccinated and you're healthy and you're out doing things and you don't have time to come and watch this stuff or even visit me on Twitch, talk to me on Discord, be a lonely existence for me here. No, I'm just kidding. I hope you're having a great year. Hope everything's going well, and be kind to people. That's it. I'm out. I'm gonna probably go eat. Bye.